Did you know that millennial Gen Z castes are known as zillennials? Because if you want to understand the terrifying economic shift of why Gen Z stopped saving, something I witnessed firsthand as a millennial sitting right on the cusp, we have to talk about the rise of absolute financial nihilism. Now, before we go any further, what exactly does that mean? In cultural psychology, nihilism is the belief that traditional values, structures, and long-term plans hold no real meaning or power because the foundational structures around us are broken. When you apply that to money, financial nihilism becomes a psychological coping mechanism. It becomes a collective realization that the game is heavily rigged. You saving for a future that will never arrive is an exercise in futility. I am building this breakdown because the older generation are completely misdiagnosing our spending habits, treating a profound macroeconomic survival strategy as if it's just a lack of simple discipline. The mainstream media loves to run articles that young generation can't afford apartments or structural milestones because they are spending all their capital on luxury coffees or concert tickets or branded clothing. But think about the glaring contradiction. Why is the most highly educated, digitally native, and economically aware generation collectively making the choice to burn their savings account to absolute ash? Why does the traditional advice of save 10% of your salary in a fixed deposit or mutual funds trigger a wave of cynical laughter instead of motivation? What if spending every single rupee you earn today isn't an act of financial immaturity, but a deeply logical, mathematically calculated response to a broken economic system where a standard middle class life has been completely priced out of existence? Over the next couple minutes, I promise to expose the hidden mechanics of modern economy and hand you the exact blueprint to survive this financial matrix without losing your sanity or your future. Now let's look at the actual facts. To truly understand why a 22-year-old decides to drop 15,000 rupees on a luxury dinner or a concert ticket instead of saving it, you have to look at the absolute destruction of traditional financial timeline. The older generation operated on a linear economic process. They traded 40 to 50 hours of labor of their week for a modest starting salary, lived below their means and accumulated a down payment, and by the time they hit their late 20s, they had enough capital to purchase a 2 BHK apartment, along with starting a family and building a compounding equity. That was a highly functional equation because the ratios between average income and average asset prices were mathematically balanced. Coming back to today's reality, look at how the software of economy has completely rewritten for the younger workforce. Over the last couple of decades, real estate prices of major metropolitan hubs like Mumbai, Delhi NCR, and Bangalore have skyrocketed 300%, and higher education tuition has surged exponentially, while entry-level corporate salaries have crawled at microscopic pace. Let's look at a cold clinical math. If a decent starter apartment at a major metropolitan city costs you 80 lakhs, a standard 20% down payment plus registration fees requires you to catch 16 or 18 lakhs in liquid cash. If an entry-level professional manages to save a highly disciplined 10,000 rupees per month, it will take them nearly 15 years to accumulate all that down payment. But here is the structural catch. By the time 15 years pass, inflation and compounding property demand will have pushed the same apartment past 1.5 crore. The finish line isn't just far away. The finish line is actively running away from you at a speed that a standard corporate appraisal can never catch. When a young mind processes this macroeconomic data, a profound cognitive shift happens. The brain realizes that the traditional reward of hyper-delayed gratification, like owning a house, structural stability, and a peaceful retirement, are no longer achievable through standard means. The system has created an unimaginable friction barrier. When the macro goals become structurally impossible, the micro behavior completely shifts from long-term hoarding to immediate high-intent survival spending. This brings us right back to our core behavioral phenomenon, financial nihilism. When applied to money, this mindset acts as a protective shield that says, if the systemic system is completely rigged against me, forever buying a home or retiring comfortably, why am I making myself miserable today by skipping the things that actually gives me short-term happiness? In his exceptional book, Illusion of Wealth, behavioral researcher Dr. Jonathan Crary examines how hyper-capitalistic environments systematically weaponize future uncertainty to alter human spending habits. He states, when a population realizes when the foundational promises of an economic system have been stripped away, the psychological instinct shifts from protective preservation to immediate consumption. Wealth is no longer viewed as a mountain to build, but as sand slipping through fingers, and the human response to enjoy the sand before it vanishes. This isn't an act of foolishness. This is an act of soft coping. When you feel entirely powerless over your long-term macroeconomic future, you seek absolute autonomy over your short-term micro-reality. You cannot control sky-high property rates. You cannot control global inflation or the rising prices of fuel and daily utilities. But you can control the immediate premium experience of buying a VIP ticket to see your favorite artist, or take a spontaneous weekend trip with your circle, or purchasing a high-end smartphone or a designer jacket that makes you feel powerful at this present moment. Older critics look at this and yell, "You lack discipline, you are financially illiterate." But they fail to see the underlying psychological truth. The younger generations aren't financially illiterate. They are financially hyper aware. They have logged into the financial matrix. They have calculated the return of investment of a lifetime of miserable self denial and realize that a life surviving aggressively pinching pennies just to remain an exhausted tenant in a corporate owned world is an atrocious trade off. Extreme saving under hyperinflation has become an irrational strategy. Because traditional low risk paths are completely broken, we have fundamentally altered how we interact with capital. The market has shifted completely from a culture of wealth accumulation to a culture of high velocity speculation. If putting money in a standard savings account that yields a microscopic 3 to 4% per annum feels like watching your purchasing power slowly die to a heavy wave of real world inflation, the brain naturally seeks asymmetrical alternatives. This is why our generation embraces extreme financial risk with a casual smile. Hence, we pour capital into volatile crypto assets, high leverage options trading, or viral small cap stocks, and hyper selective digital ventures. To the traditional analyst, this looks like pure gambling. But to a generation gripped by financial nihilism, a high risk gamble is the only remaining math that offers a non zero chance of true economic liberation. The logic is simple. If I play it safe by low yield traditional savings account, I lose by default. If I take an extreme risk, I might lose everything. But I also might unlock the wealth required to actually buy my freedom. But how do you navigate this landscape without completely destroying your life? You cannot let financial nihilism degenerate into complete self-sabotage. You have to out-engineer the matrix by shifting from reckless apathy to sovereign execution. Here are the 3 non-negotiable rules you must implement immediately to master your capital in this chaotic era. Rule number 1. Diversify your metrics of wealth. Stop measuring your life success entirely on the old benchmarks of your parents. A massive apartment with a crushing 20-year home loan isn't the only definition of elite security anymore. In the modern landscape, geographical mobility, powerful digital skills, and elite cash flows are infinitely more valuable than static physical property. Focus on building an unkillable, independent digital skill set that allows you to earn from anywhere on earth. Your true asset is your personal agency and not a piece of real estate. Rule 2. Implement the barbell allocation strategy. Do not run to either extreme. Don't become a miserable miser who starves their youth for unpredictable future. And also don't become a reckless spendthrift who has zero safety net for an emergency situation. Use a structural 80-20 barbell split. Protect your absolute baseline by automating 80% of your focus into rock solid cash flow management, reliable equity index tracking, or high yielding safe vehicles and skill acquisitions. Then take the remaining 20% and allocate it intentionally to high velocity growth moves or pure unguaranteed lifestyle experiences that keep your soul animated. Give yourself permission to live, but make sure your base is secure. Rule number 3. Transition from passive consumer to asset architect. If the matrix is set up to drain your capital through endless subscription or inflated lifestyle trends and premium temptation, you have to change your position on the game board. Stop being the entity that pays for the experience and start being the entity that designs and delivers it. Turn your unique insights, your creative days, and your cultural understanding into digital assets. Let it be content platforms or boutique service agencies or any other niche intellectual properties. The only way to defeat inflation is to own the means of production. Okay, it is completely understandable to look at our modern economy and feel a deep sense of cynical frustration. The rules of the game were modified without our permission, and the old map we were handed doesn't align with the actual terrain outside our door. But matching a broken system with absolute self-destruction isn't rebellion. It is submission. Do not allow financial nihilism tricking you to give away your power. You are not an helpless victim of inflationary matrix. You are an incredibly adaptive, highly intelligent agent capable of building unkillable empire absolutely on your own terms. Move away from mindless survival spending. Stop waiting for the system to magically fix itself and start commanding your financial destiny with absolute clinical precision. But let's also not forget that you cannot build independent sovereign wealth if you're still trapped in that frustrating psychological loop where your body stays completely frozen and lazy while your active mind spins out of control over your grand expectations. If you don't know how to turn that internal mental static into daily, explosive, real world execution, you will always remain stuck in a place regardless of what economy does. So, all you have to do is click on this video right here where I break down the psychological framework behind the paradox of having an ambitious mind but a lazy body. So, stay disciplined, stay focused, and go get to work. And I will see you in my next video. Until then, bye bye.